Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Eureka Farms with me, CWATTYESO. I've just delivered the last of the corn from the corn harvest. Well, I say last of the corn, there's actually a little bit left in the harvester, but it's not worth me making another trip. I might as well hang on to that corn for a second or two. Eventually I will unload it at a silo at the farm. So I'm going to take the tractor back and the trailer. The next thing that I need to do is get the straw picked up now off that field. So that means going and having a look at trying to decide whether we're going to go for a windrower or whether we're going to go for a baler right off the bat at the beginning. Normally I would go with a loading wagon. However, seeing as we don't really have a lot of anything else at the minute, so like I say, because we don't have a silo, I'm not really storing anything. It might be better to go for a baler, because at least a baler will then come in useful as well for doing grass and silage and hay and all that other good stuff. Put that there. I will be back for that in a little while. But yeah, I've got basically 2,000 litres of corn left currently in my harvester. So I'm just going to have to hang on to that for a little while. Not worth driving all the way to the warehouse to deliver 2,000 litres. Just isn't. It just isn't. And obviously one of the things we're going to need to do is start putting in some of the infrastructure as well. Because like it is looking a little bit bare bonesy, isn't it, around here? Now, farmhouses, I can't remember. Did they just have this one installed? I think they probably did, you know. On the original map, it was probably that one. Do you know what? I'm going to be a bit different. I am going to be very different. I'm going to put in the Alpine house. Ta-da! That cost me 180 grand though. That probably wasn't the most sensible things to have bought. Sheds. Shall we get a shed? Put a shed back on the farm for putting all the equipment in. I'm thinking sheds are probably going to go down here somewhere. Ta-da! There's a shed for you. That's 35 grand. Probably could get a couple more of them actually in time. And then there are other things I will get as well. As you can see, some bushes. It's a sleep trigger on the side there. Perfect. Skipping the night, very important. I've recently begun playing, obviously, the Chellington map from Oxygen David in multiplayer, and one of the things that I was quite amazed to discover on that map is there's no sleep trigger. There's no way to advance the night. One of the first few maps I've ever played that doesn't have a built-in sleep trigger. So I had to go and get a placeable one and put on the map. Right, take my little autonomous tractor to the store and have a look at what we've got in terms of balers. Let's have a look. Balers. I think loading wagoning is a little bit easy. So we've got the Alpine. The Alpine with the wrapper. Got all the Anderson stuff. The class stuff. The Converland fast bale. I think that's the one I used on... I want to say I tried that on No Man's Land. I can't be sure. The Liebherr? Wide pickup. Sadly not wide bales. Goes at 80 kilometres an hour, that one. Really? Stevie one will do 4,000 litres. That's a round baler. He's got a square one too. And got these sort here. Progressive density. It's going to do round ones, I think. Big baler, high capacity by Stevie. That'll do 12,000 litre square bales. That could be worth having. I think that's a round baler with wrapper built in. I think I'm probably going to go for maybe this fancy one. Not necessarily going to have it with windrower for obvious reasons. Paint it whatever colours I like, so that'll do. Buy one of those. 39 grand. Right, we are going to need something to pick the bales up onto. Square bales. We've got the Stevie's Arcusin. Down here. As a collector. Or obviously we'll go for the option of one of these. Which could do like 18 square bales. We'll have one of them. That, I think, makes sense. Right, first things first, then, we go grab the baler. And then, obviously, we need to repair it. Because having bought it second hand, it's likely to be broken. It costs $487 to repair that baler, so obviously we saved a lot of money buying it second hand and then just repairing it, then buying it brand new. One of the reasons I love that second hand mod, you know, right at the start of a game it lets you get some good equipment at good pricing. But hopefully all this corn straw will make us some good money as well and offset the cost a bit. What I might also do is some of these areas where, like there behind me, where obviously animal pens are placed in new farming but animals are obviously not placed in farm manager, is I might remove that. I might just have to paint over those with concrete and stuff, tidy them up a bit. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to put the animals in the same place, in the same area. I don't even know if I'm going to have the animals at the farm here on this particular map. So, we will have to wait and see on that one. Might put the animals somewhere else on the map, have them away from the farm. Might go for like a four corners approach where I put an animal pen in each corner of the map, away from everything, you know. It's sensitive. Steering sensitivity might need to be reduced a little bit on the controller. A little bit irky-jerky, but then it always does seem to be irky-jerky when I'm steering with any tracked vehicles. Tracked vehicles seem to be very irky-jerky as well. We're baling quite nicely. So yeah, we'll be able to get this field soil sampled then after having done this, which will give us some idea of what we're dealing with as far as precision farming goes. And then obviously we'll probably need to get the field lined, and then we need to get it ploughed, and then we'll need to think about what crop we're going to put on it as our first seeded crop, in terms of crop that we've actually put in the ground, not what was already in the ground when we started the save. because I didn't really get much of a choice, did I, on what was on this field. That was decided by the person who made the map. So, same with field 8. I didn't get to choose what's on that either. We'll have a look at that. Decide what we're going to plant first and what crops we're going to go for. People want to put a suggestion in the comments down below as to what crops I should plant first on this field and on field 8. Feel free to do so. I'm not against going by the comments, listening to you guys and having some input, letting you kind of decide what we're going to plant on the fields rather than me make all the decisions. We'll go this way for now. We brought that bit where it honestly, it couldn't have just dropped that bale in a worse place, could it really? Right in line with the end of that row. Could not have picked a worse spot to have dropped that. The straw is being collected up nicely, and like I say, this is corn stalk straw. It's not regular straw, it's corn stalk straw, so it is different. Same with the soybean straw and the canola straw. That is classed differently from the straw you get from your cereal crops like your wheat, barley and oats. So does hopefully have better pricing than regular straw. But we'll see. When they come to sell it. Thankfully, it doesn't take as much to bale the field as it did to harvest it. Although saying that, I'm probably still going to have to make quite a few trips to the sell point to get rid of the bales, because there looks like there's a lot of bales. I do like the texture on the cornstalk bales as well. The custom textures on the bales, very nice. You definitely can't confuse them with a regular straw. You can't. Right, there we go then. We have some bales that have been produced. Now we need to go and collect them. Quick check, how many have I just made? 36. Now that's not too bad, because if that's correct, and if my trailer is correct, I can transport 18 bales at a time, which should be 2 journeys. Should just have the 2 trips to make to get rid of the straw. on that field. Leave that at the side of there for now. Let's go get the and fear not, people, I'm not just going to be using this one tractor the whole time. As much as it's a nice odd little tractor, I will be getting other tractors in time. Because I've got a feeling that is going to be quite low for that particular machine. There we go. Raise the drawbar. And we need to set that on to large square bales for our loading purposes. Now, I'm not going to bother taking the trailer and obviously repairing it. I don't think maintenance has any effect on trailers in terms of performance. I don't think by having this trailer not in a great state of repair, it's going to affect my ability to carry bales. Like, don't expect it's going to tell me, oh, you can only carry 16 bales now instead of 18 because you haven't repaired it. I don't think that's a thing. So we will not worry too much about that. What we'll do though is try and get the bales from this end of the field first, because I should imagine the bale sell point is over near the warehouse, I think. So these bales are the ones furthest from the sell point, so I might as well pick these up first to be a little bit more efficient. Maybe how far I'm having to travel then. Seven. $15, $16, $17, and $18. I think, honestly, you could get another 2 bales, at least. If you poke them sideways, you could get probably another 3 on that trailer. You could have probably 21, I would say. I think this trailer's missing a trick there. I really do. With its ability to hold stuff. Right, Feed Supply Company is actually the best price by a couple of bucks. So we'll have a look and see where that is on the map. Oh, right up north. Actually, probably bang smacky in the middle of all these fields. We'll head that way. Sell off our fantastic bales. Pick up the second set. Get them sold as well. And hey presto, we'll be ready for some precision farming then. Contracts are going to be difficult because I wasn't really thinking too much of that ahead of time. I do know now from experience on Chellington Valley that some contract, I mean, I knew there was an issue with harvest contracts, precision farming. I kind of expected that, if you like. That there would be a problem with precision farming and contracts, harvest contracts. I didn't realise how precision farming also kind of sadly a problem, eh? Because it's not buying the bales. I'm going to guess it's only going to take those loose. There's an area all there, but bale and feed. Where's bale and feed? Bale and feed is down the side. I think oh, we'll try the warehouse. And first of all, but it could be that regardless of what the pricing screen tells me, we can only sell this stuff loose at a couple of places. There doesn't appear to be bale triggers installed for some of it. You don't have to indicate right, dude, when the road only goes right. You know? The traffic sometimes is a little bit confused in this game. Where am I going? Yeah, I need to go all the way down here. I like the indoor cam, the first person cam on the John Deere Autonomous. It doesn't actually put you inside the vehicle. It gives you this kind of like little view like you're sat on the trailer actually. Just quickly. Yeah, I can't even sell the corn stalks and stuff at the BGA. Otherwise I would have tried there. What I probably should have looked at was bale and feed biogas plants. Bale and feed probably is as good as place as any. Bale and feed looks like it probably accepts bales, which would be the third choice, but at that point I've driven around everywhere. I might as well just chuck them in the bale store. That's probably my first little nitpick with this map then. Not all sale points have bale triggers or pallet triggers as well as tip triggers. I wonder if that's going to affect me later on when I come to do the production stuff, when I've got like pallets of chips to sell and pallets of sunflower oil and pallets of flour. Am I going to have problems where I can't unload them at certain sell points because they don't have the triggers. Because that would be kind of annoying, because this map is supposed to support all that. So I'll try at the warehouse first. Right, all the bales are loose now on the back of the trailer. And no, they aren't selling. But they sell there. So frustratingly, the map author hasn't put bale triggers at his sell points. All the sell points. So that's a little bit frustrating. That's going to impact your money a bit. So actually, there's me thinking, you know, get myself a baler and a trailer because it'll make life easier for me. Not really. I'm going to need to get a loading wagon because then I can sell straw. I can sell the straw loose. The other option is when I've got a silo on the farm, I will be able to put the bales into the silo and get the loose material back out, which means I can then obviously still do the bales, still bale all this stuff, and then put it in the silo, and then when I want to sell it, I can just fill a trailer with loose straw from the silo. That's a bit of a awkward way of doing things. It's never easy, is it, this game? Depending on the choices that the map authors make in their design process. Again, I'm no map maker, I'm no mod maker, but if I was, I would try to make the map accepting of as much as I could. So, like, for example, all sales triggers would have a tip trigger, a bale trigger, and a pallet trigger. Even if, you know, it's not intending for people, you know, you've got to allow for people that play the game however they play the game to be able to play the game. And like, for example, I want to do bales of straw and grass and hay and stuff. Don't then deny me the ability to sell it by not including bale triggers at all the sell points that accept that material. Don't force a player to have to do a job one way. Like, don't force me to have to do loading wagon and loose collection of grass and stuff and straw, because that's the only thing your sell triggers accept. It's probably why I'm going to end up, I'll probably this, I mean, again, it's not too difficult. Again, I do have the luxury of having the Agraz building installed, cell building, shop, whatever you want to call it. So I can just at some point place that somewhere on the map. And hey presto, we would then have somewhere to sell materials. Unload the bales. Drive through. There we are. One thing I could do, I suppose. I wonder. I was thinking just now, because I've got access to in this is it under miscellaneous? I've got the egg sales by Stevie Boxy type thing. I wonder if I could do a bit of a duplication on that. And do one for bales, do one for bales, one for pallets, and be able to place a few additional triggers then. So I could actually like put a trigger, put some bale triggers, sell points. Obviously it would show up in the pricing screen though as a separate entry. So even if I was to put a trigger at, say, the warehouse, it wouldn't accept it. It would list it as basically a separate place. That is probably another way around it. I could chuck it on as like do warehouse bale sales, you know. And whatever the other one was. At the top of the map there. Right, well that's got that all finished up and tidied up and sorted out. So, for now, we are done with Big Boy Tractor over here. One of the things I'm just going to quickly have a check. There were some new mods that came out yesterday on the mod hub. And it looks like I have downloaded and installed them. The 2410 Plow was new on the mod hub. Lovely 2410 Plow. 12 meter plowy job. And what you can do with that, you can link it up with, I do believe there is a... Is it that? Might be that little cultivator thing. So you can tow that behind the plough and do like a seed and cultivate in a single pass. Might be looking at using those on this map. But for now, here on Eureka Farms, with the first field harvested and cleared, we're now in a position whereby we can get this soil sampled next episode and start to work on the precision farming stuff. Obviously, our other field here, Mr. Wheat, is growing. I have no idea if that needs to be fertilised or anything. And then we might have a look at contracts. Now, like I say, I do know fertilising contracts you can do. However, there is a slight issue with those in the fact it doesn't actually show you on the map where you've sprayed when doing a AI field. So for the purposes of doing fertilising contracts, you really need to make sure you're using like GPS to keep yourself on track. So if I get any kind of sprayer, I need to make sure it's being pulled by a vehicle with GPS, which of course the Big Boy Tractor does not have. So we're probably going to need another machine another tractor, and I'm possibly going to get one, obviously with skinny, narrow wheels to assist me with doing jobs that require me not to cause crop destruction. So be sure to come back and join me in the next episode for that. Thank you for watching Eureka Farms, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Share it everywhere you see fit. And I'll be back very, very soon. Goodbye for now.